Hi, I'm Carrie. Welcome to the Kindred Way. Today we are making sweet pickle relish. We're going to start with our cucumbers, and we're going to put them in our processor to have 8 cups of finely chopped cucumbers.
Drama, my favorite.
I'm going to cut the ends off of these and put them in our processor, and we'll be good to go. Just want those ends off, and I cut them a little bit just so that they'll be easier for my processor to cut up. And we're only going to put in a few at a time. All right, that's good. We're going to go ahead and chop these up. I will tell you that you want them chopped. You don't want them pureed. So keep an eye on how you're doing this and how fine they're going to be. And I'm going to chop these just a little bit more. And also they'll cook down. All right. Go ahead and put these in my bowl. And we'll continue until we're finished with 8 cups of finely chopped cucumbers. We're going to be making 8 pints. We're not going to be making the jelly jar size. We're going to make them a little bigger. They smell so good. We've already made dill pickles and bread and butter pickles, so if you want to see those videos, they're available. We just got a lot of cucumbers this year. I planted 11 cucumber seeds, and they all sprouted and they all grew, and we ended up with a lot. And we've given a lot to the neighbors, and we've given away jars, but you know, it's good. We're just going to wait for those tomatoes to see what we can do with that. All right. Whoops. All right, let's see how much this gives us. I'm going to give this a few more pulses just because the stuff that was, the cucumbers that were on top didn't get as chopped as the ones on the bottom, so there we go. All right, that's good. Okay, nope, just made a mess. Here's 4 cups and we need 8 cups. So I have a feeling I'm still gonna have a lot of cucumbers left over when this is finished. So I'll be jarring a lot or canning a lot on my own. So here's 4 cups. We're gonna dump this into our bowl. And we're gonna start all over and chop some more cucumbers. All right, this is going by pretty quick. If you have a processor, it is a lot faster than chopping on your own. And if you're cooking a lot, it might be something that you want to invest in, because I use it a lot. I will leave a link for that below in case you decide you do want a processor. And also, while I'm thinking about it and I'm chopping these cucumbers, can you go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you want to, and make sure you get notifications? I would sure appreciate that. And let me know what else you want me to can for you or cook for you, and I'll be happy to do it. My grandmother used to can all the time, and I wish I had paid more attention to her. I think we all say that as grown-ups. We should have listened closer to our grandparents. I know she was a wealth of information, and you know, I had other things to do. But she did live to, she was almost 95 years old before she passed, and as I got older, she did give me a little bit more knowledge in cooking, and so, okay. again, I'm going to scrape this down so that all the cucumbers that were on top will get to that bottom blade and get chopped up. All right, and that did it. So take this blade out again. And I know this seems like a lot, but trust me, it's a lot quicker than chopping all this. All right, so we're gonna put this back into our measuring jar, container, cup. And we only need a little bit more. Okay. Another great thing to do is if you make dressing and you have cucumbers left over, you can always add this to your dressing and make some creamy cucumber dressing. So maybe we'll try that here so that you can do that on your own. All right. And even if I go over 8 cups, I'm still going to use it. I'll add another jar. This is supposed to make 8 pints, but if we go over, that's okay. And we're getting there, and I think that might be enough right there. So let's give this a shot and see. Here we go. I think this is going to be enough right here. And I'm going to clean this up, and we're going to start on onions, which is, always fun. Move this aside, pour this in. Get a paper towel here. Wipe off the edge, and there you go. 8 cups of finely chopped cucumbers, and this is just the beginning. So I'm gonna clean this mess up, and then we're gonna go start chopping on some onions. Since I talked about how great my food processor is, and I need 2 cups of onion, I'm gonna add my onion to the processor as well. And I'm gonna keep measuring 2 cups in our glass measuring cup. Cut this up. I'm hoping this one onion will be 2 cups or more. I usually don't put this in my processor, but I thought, what the heck? Why not? All right. All right. Get that off. Okay. Let's hope for 2 cups. All right, let's scrape this down. There's a big chunk. That's okay, it'll do it. Let's do it again. All right, that's good. Let's see if we got 2 cups out of this. Well, my eyes are still watering when I go to take this out of the processor. All right. That looks like 2 cups to me. Well, it's more than 2 cups, isn't it? Okay. It's about 2 cups. We're going to pour this in with our onions. Well, I was told that I did it again. If you saw my how to preserve basil, you'll know that I kept saying sage. And this time when I was putting my onions into the cucumbers, I said that I was putting it into the onions. So maybe my mouth is too slow for my brain or vice versa. I don't know.
Ooh, yeah. I'm gonna have to go ahead and sort of disagree with you there.
So anyway, our next step is 2 cups of red bell pepper and 1 cup of green. But my green is already starting to turn, so really, if you don't have any anything but green bell pepper, just make sure that you have 3 cups of bell pepper. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this up. I'm going to take out the seeds, cut off the top. It will look pretty with red and green. And again, I'm going to use the processor because this is so much easier. Okay, that looks good. Oh, you can sure smell it. It smells good. My son, my oldest son, loves bell pepper. He will eat a bell pepper like an apple. Yes, don't know where he got that from. All right. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. Almost. Let's do a little bit more. That looks good. That's got the red and green. And there we have 3 cups. It looks pretty good, doesn't it? Okay. So now we are going to put our bell pepper in with our cucumbers and onions. Okay. I'm going to stir this up. And we have stirred it all together. Let me go clean up this mess. Now that we have everything mixed together, we're going to take half a cup of our pickling salt, canning and pickling salt, and we're going to add it to the cucumbers, onions, and bell peppers. Okay. And we're going to stir this all in. And we're going to keep stirring it till it's completely covering everything in this bowl. We don't want anything that's not covered. We're going to let this sit for 2 hours. And during that time, we're going to come and stir it. And after 2 hours, we're going to come back, add our seasoning, and finish canning our sweet pickle relish. And there you go. We'll see what it looks like in 2 hours. Our cucumbers, onions, and bell pepper have been sitting here for 2 hours after we salted them, and I have stirred them occasionally. So now we are going to rinse them and make sure that it drains really well. We're going to get all the salt off. While our cucumbers, onion, and bell pepper are draining, since we've rinsed them really well, we're going to go ahead and start our water mixture, our brine over here. So the first thing we're going to do is add 4 cups of white vinegar. And this is a 2-cup measuring cup, so we'll only need 2 of these. All right, 4 cups of that. And then, where's my sugar? Now we're going to add 3 cups of sugar, and I have it in my sugar bucket. 1, 2, 3. Okay, turn this on to medium. Okay, now we're going to put in 2 teaspoons of mustard seed. 1 teaspoon of celery seed. And 1 teaspoon of ground turmeric. Okay. We're going to bring this to a boil because we want the sugar to dissolve. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to bring this to a boil. until the sugar is dissolved. So once the sugar is dissolved, we're going to let it simmer here for a few minutes, 3 or 4 minutes, and then we're going to add all of our other vegetables. I can still feel the sugar at the bottom of the pan, so it has not dissolved yet. You know, my mother tells me that when I make these videos, I need to talk about anything while I'm stirring so that there is no silence whatsoever. And I was like, what do you want me to talk about? And she's like, well, why don't you talk about the weather? Well, it's hot outside. I'm even hotter in this kitchen because it's so hot outside. See, Mom? I did. I know that made her proud. Okay. I'll let this simmer. And I'm going to get out my hand towel. Over here, I already have my jars in here, and so I want something when I get them out and put everything in the jar. All right, and because I'm pretty messy, so just in case. All right, it's getting there. The sugar is dissolved, so we're gonna let it simmer here for 2 or 3 minutes. We're gonna come and we're gonna add our vegetables. And I'm gonna do it with a slotted spoon because even though it's drained, there may be some more, and I want to make sure that it stays in this bowl. All right, go put this up. And we're gonna stir this. I guess while that's cooking, I'm gonna get out my stuff for canning and wash them. All we have to wait for is for it to cook about 10 minutes.
So what do you want to talk about now? We got 10 minutes to fill. You can talk about your brother. All right, let's just go back to canning. Tell him you'll see him in 10 minutes.
I'll see you in 10 minutes. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes. And we've got this cooked and it's softened up. So now we're going to put them into our jars. And I already have these. It's not boiling, but they're pretty hot. And we're just going to take this. We're going to leave a 1/2 inch headspace, and then we're going to make sure that there's no bubbles. All right, so a little more. Okay. Put a little more in there. Okay. So what we're going to do is, this is clean. We're going to make sure that there's no bubbles in here. I have vinegar on my paper towel, and we're going to wipe off the rim so that our lid will seal completely. And I'm gonna go get a lid. Okay, maybe we'll get it done. It's a whole lot easier when you're not being filmed. Okay, so we're gonna put this on, and we're just gonna do it finger tight. And that's it. So then we're gonna move this over. And we're gonna do the rest. Okay, I know y'all can't see.
Start over.
Okay, I have all my jars over here. So we're going to put them into the canner. Hi, Jack.
Hi.
What are you doing? Do you want something? Do you want something? Yes or no? You want to stand right here by me?
My Gmail?
In a minute. Let me finish this, okay? Okay?
Okay.
We're going to put jars in. You ready?
Ready?
All right. Let's put our jars in our rack. And then we're going to lower them into the pot. All right. Move them a little closer, I think. All right. 2 more. And we have 8 pints of sweet relish. Sweet pickle relish. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to lower them in here. There they go. And I have about 1.5 inches of water covering the jars. Thank you, Jack. So now I'm going to find my lid. Here it is. I'm going to put this on. We're going to bring it to a boil, and then we're going to let that boil for 10 minutes. And I'll see you again in another 10 minutes. Our timer's going off. It's 10 minutes since it started boiling. So we're gonna turn this off, which I should have done already. Turn it off. Take the lid off. Point it away from you. Mine are on a rack, so I'm just gonna let them sit on this rack for just a few minutes. Let everything calm down. The steam go away. Okay, I'll bring it up. Here we go. Now I'm going to do this a little faster because I'm being filmed and you don't really want to wait, I'm sure. So I'm going to take these out and set them over here on our dish towels. Get another one. That man you see behind you just a minute ago is my son. And there we go. We have 8 pints of sweet pickle relish. We're gonna let these cool, listen to them seal, and when they are completely cool, I'm gonna take the bands off and make sure that they're really sealed, and then I'm gonna store them in my pantry with my other canned goods, the other pickles and relishes and jellies And these will be good for up to a year or more. And these can be put on hamburgers, hot dogs, anything that you can put relish on. Oop, another pop. Love that sound. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something, and join me again next time on the Kindred Way.